those are all boxes from other things. So if y'all see a shipping label, it is not my address. It is just the shipping labels from the boxes that I've been getting at the post office because Lord have mercy. So this video was not intended. I was going, okay, first off I have to say Hooktober, I want to say it's going to have to be put on pause, but I don't want to do, obviously we're not going to do Hooktober in November or December. Also, AI made that up for me, was Hooktober. I thought that was kind of cool. If my hair looks like this, I wanted to do something with it. It was just getting in my way, and I just liked how my hair looked like this. I don't know. I'm 28, or yeah, I'm 28 years old. I was like, ooh, let's not say 29. But I was going to do a quick tutorial on how to do the scrubby and dishcloth. The scrubby dishcloth hybrid thing. But right now, we're gonna have to just put that on hold. I might do that in November as a bonus video, but I have been so busy with Poshmark. I've been making more money on Poshmark than I have with Etsy, and it's really weird, and it's kind of crazy. I've been selling a lot, and some of my resin stuff and my bling tumblers have been selling a lot, which is kind of weird because as I'm sitting in here, this is the project I try to do today. I don't know if you could tell what it is. Guess down in the comments. I'll tell you the answer in 3, 2, 1. It is the Light Fury Dragon. I made her spots gray because they were white, but obviously the cup's white, and I was like, but actually no, they were blue. The file had these as blue, like a light blue, and then with her eyes, but I decided to do gray, and I like how it looks, and I feel like it pops more on the cup. But the resin is so bad. There's a whole lot to do with that. Just like and subscribe for next month's series, which is going to be Resin November. And that's why I had to stop Hooktober, is because I'm struggling. And you'll know why I'm struggling. Okay, this is a little sneak peek of Resin November, okay? But this is not going to be about resin. This is going to be a haul video because I was like, you know what? I got so much stuff for the resin. I got the Cricut now, and I have so much stuff with the Cricut, which, by the way, I made that face with the design that I got off on Etsy. If you just look up Light Fury and Night Fury face, it pops up, so you can like do little cups like that. And another reason why you should like and subscribe is to see what my husband's looks like. I don't make anything off of YouTube. My husband just, not that he just gives me this stuff. Obviously I've earned it because I am a stay-at-home wife. I take care of his kids and our kids. And not that we have his and hers. We only have one kid. But I take care of everything around the house, and he just spoils me. And he knows that I really like crafting, and so I've been getting a lot of crafting stuff here lately, and my husband was like, you know what, take this money, go on a shopping spree. I'm not going to tell you how much money he gave me. I definitely try to stretch my dollar out for all of these things. The Cricut Explorer Air was only $149. I want to say $145, but obviously with taxes and stuff, it's $149. But I got that. First off, I got these Cricut Joy markers. Note to self, Cricut Joy stuff does not work in the Explorer Air stuff. I made tags, and if you follow my Facebook, you'll know, which my Facebook's information is down below, but if you follow my public Facebook profile, you'll see that I made a pair of earrings that will be posted soon, and it's the reason why I have to interrupt Hooktober, because I have so many new products right now because I got so much more to craft with. I have resin now, and I have so many crochet items. I have so much crochet items. And the crochet items that I make to order, because even though I could stock up on a bunch of yarn at a time, it's really not good to do that, because if yarn sits for too long, it can actually go bad. The fibers go bad, they get weak and everything else. So it's good to not hoard yarn. It's good to kind of, you know, get it as you go. But also with that is that when you finally get orders, there's a possibility of not having the color. But Amazon pretty much stays stocked up on their yarns. I don't know what it is about the holidays, but Amazon is on it at that time. But anywhoosies, this is a little haul video of the rest of the stuff that I got. Some of these stuff I did get during Amazon Prime Day, such as I got a laptop stand. I got this laptop stand from Amazon, and your laptop just goes right here and it holds a lot of weight. Got more molds. I don't know if I ever showed y'all these, but I got these bracelet molds, but they are keychain molds, and let me show you my keychain that I made with it. Okay, so this is one of the keychains that I made. It's brown. I don't know if you can tell, but hold on. Oh, it's not plugged up. Or no, it's plugged up. You can only tell when it's like exposed. There you go. Why does it look like it's so gross? It's UV resin. I made it with UV resin, but somehow I got green in there. Or maybe it's clear. Maybe the clear resin just comes out like this. But yeah. Sorry, I can only go so far with it. But that's what I'm dealing with right now. And so when I go out in the sun, it shows up, and I think it's hilarious when I go outside, because you can only see the green when it's outside. But other than that, it just looks like a really dark brown. You can see some semblance of tortoiseshell in there, but I made it too dark, and so I kept it, because even though it's too dark, I still like it. And again, when you go out in the sun with it, it turns green. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah. Forgot to say, I bought these. These are moccasins. Yes, they are already dirty, but I bought those as house shoes, because I used to wear those all the time, and it was almost embarrassing. Now that I look back on it, it's embarrassing to wear those out in public, because they're pretty much house shoes. Also, speaking of shoes, I know this is like craft related, but when you're working in your house, you can still kind of use these as business expenses for crafting, because crafting, sometimes you're always on your feet. And I told my husband I did want walking shoes first off. Also, I'm holding it like this because they're so freshly clean. But I bought some Adidas. What are these called? But these are so comfortable and they look so good. I went out in public. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the shoes that had me feeling some type of way. But I swear, I was getting a lot of like looks with these shoes. I don't know why. Maybe it was just, I don't know. I spent $50 on them. So I know they're not like, it's not like I'm walking around with a Gucci bag or whatever around my town. But it was just like, look at you with your nice shoes. I don't know what it was. It was just, I was feeling myself. Maybe it was the shoes that made me feel better about myself. But I felt like people were treating me different with those shoes. So I went to Goodwill and bought a bunch of t-shirts, but I'm not going to show those. One was like a friend's t-shirt, and the others were just like old t-shirts. So, but I do want to go to Hobby Lobby and get some oversized t-shirts, because I've been seeing these t-shirts on Shein with like the gold. It's on the back of the shirt, but it's like gold and it has like butterflies or the moon, constellations, and it's all like straight up and down like a tattoo kind of on the shirt. And I really want to try some new vinyl. I ordered the vinyl, so it will be coming in, but once it comes in, then I'll get the shirt. I bought a literal pack of the 12 by 12 vinyls. Also, read the description. If it has a paper back, just don't buy it. Don't buy it unless it has like a waxy paper backing. But if it has a paper backing, I strongly say no. The ones that I have that it's by HTVRON, like it looks like HTV iron, but you have to like read it because it will just say like permanent vinyl. So it's not all iron on, but it looks like the brand name looks like it's just HTV vinyl. But this is what I got from another brand on Amazon, and it has like a glossy, some of these are glossy and some of them are matte, but it has just like, there's a bunch of colors, there's a bunch of neutrals. There's another that's like a navy blue. It's red, but it's matte. This is the transfer tape that I got. This roll was only like 15 bucks. So it's a lot. It's a lot to start off with for a good amount and for how cheap it was. It is grid, so it's not totally clear because you will have red lines, but the red lines are good for when you're trying to stack, and this is what I used to stack on this layered look, because the eyes you have to stack on the black on top of the blue and the white on top of the black on top of the blue. And then if you see up close behind all of the nasty resin job that I did, the black part is behind the gray to make it pop a little bit more. Also got these two things. This one, they're both matte, and it's by the same company, the HTV Ron, whatever. And I use these on both of the projects that I did with the dragons. So I love this. This also has the clear backing. It's not HTV. It is permanent vinyl, and I can use these as car decals. I bought some tumbler resin. This is the company. It's the Tumblers Coating Epoxy. They actually have a YouTube channel, and I subscribe to them, and thank the Lord I did. They have a TikTok, they have a YouTube playlist or a YouTube channel. Like, this is all of their stuff. If you want to, you know, do the QR code on the TV or on the computer or on your phone, well, I don't know if your phone will do them, go check them out. Everything is at the bottom, even like to call them and stuff. I watched their video tonight after I screwed up the first time, because on these instructions it does say, it says mix a minimum amount of 2 to 3 ounces. So you don't want to mix below 2 or 3 ounces. You want to make pretty big projects with these, and I understand why, because it's so thick. If you want to do smaller projects, do UV resin. If you want to do big projects, do epoxy. That's my opinion so far of all the mistakes that I've made the past 2 months, and y'all will see that in November of why. But there is a right and wrong epoxy too. Some epoxies are just for molding, some epoxies are for coating. This one's for coating. I was just too slow on this first amount. I was also mixing a whole lot at one time. I mixed like maybe 5 ounces, and I let it sit too long, because on the instructions it says, when mixing, always pour the resin into hardener, hand stir components for a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes in a round fashion. So I did that, and then it said pour mixed components into another empty cup. Again, hand stir resin for 3 to 5 minutes. So then it was like 10 minutes that have gone by, and I was like, okay. My toddler, she made a mess, so I had to go and tend to her, and yeah, it was a lot of tending to. So when I came back, I then read, let mixed components stand in mixing cup for 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm kind of glad I didn't let it sit longer, because even after like 15 minutes and coming back, technically it did sit for 5 minutes after I stirred it the second time. So it's been sitting down for a total of like 15-20 minutes. And when I came back, I started noticing the silicone jar that I had it in started getting really hot, to the point it was smoking. I'll probably put that clip in, because it was smoking, like smoke. Somehow this, oh my gosh, it's literally smoking. Oh my goodness, I need to take this outside. Like smoking. And so I didn't want any of those fumes to be around in the house, so I immediately took it out. Even though it says that it is for indoor and it has a low odor, which I agree, it has a low odor. The one that I had before this one by Curzon, it was pretty, ugh. it smelled, so I did that one outside. Second coat that I did, it turns out fine, but I'm not going to show that because you need to like and subscribe and watch my November videos. The tutorial for that, and what the tutorial says is to just, you know, obviously make A and B and make sure they're the same measurements before you pour them together, because it does take a little time for it to settle. It's not like you're settling water. You have to wait for the thick contents because the resin is thick. Let me tell you, it is thick. And you actually pour part B and then you want to pour part A into part B because it just prevents air bubbles. And you want to mix it for 5 minutes and then you can work with it immediately. You don't have to do all what the instructions said. So I don't know if something changed in the formula, maybe the instructions changed, but highly recommend just mix it for 5 minutes and then you can do whatever you want with it, and it works so much easier. I got some UV resin. I went to Michael's and I was just kind of comparing prices because I was looking into resin. I was price checking before I just bought resin on Amazon. I was like, let me see if it's cheaper in the stores than if I get it online. It was cheaper online, and I'm so glad I bought the online resin or the Amazon resin because it works amazing. And it was a gallon altogether for 80 bucks, or maybe for $50. I think it was for $57. It was 2 half gallons, so part A and part B half gallons, but at Michael's for that same amount it was 80 to 100 bucks. But Michael's, my daughter started picking up molds because I like going down the clearance aisle, and she kept picking up random stuff, and I'm like, put that down. And she just kept grabbing boxes. I was like, what do you have? She starts picking up these boxes. This one's $6.99. Dried flowers for UV resin, $3. It was $6. Some more dried flowers. More dried flowers for like $3. They're bevels. This one says fillable charms, but I think they're called bevels. Obviously I took one off and to try it because, you know, it is Halloween, and I made this with UV resin. Glitter is like a Halloween glitter. The only problem is Halloween's almost over, and I don't think that's gonna get in the algorithm on or at least I feel it's not gonna get in the algorithm quick enough to get sales. So maybe next year I'll have some more Halloween type resin charms or Halloween collection. I have some more. These can be kind of like a year-round thing, so I'm gonna fill these up with flowers, or you know, maybe I'll get some gears or something to put in these. More flowers. This was $3. There was a kit, and it was 20 bucks for the kit. And the kit came with this one. It came with these I have conditioner on them, which I'll show you in a little bit. But it's a silicone mold, and it's like a gem one, and it did come with some of those like flowery looking things, but it came in like its own little pouch inside the kit, but I already used them. But I thought I was just buying this big bottle, but no, it came with earring backs, earring molds. No, not that one. These earring molds. So it came with these earring molds, and it also came, I think the kit with the flowers came with this, but they pretty much all come with like their own little molds and stuff. This was sold by itself, but these letters are way too tiny. So I don't even know what to do with the letters. I did buy these gnomes, or this gnome. I only have one because I wanted to see how this mold did. This is an engraving mold. So if you see, there is kind of like a little indent inside the mold, and the indents are so that you can wipe paint through them. Last week, this one was my favorite. And this is a keychain. It came with, or I bought different hardware for it at Hobby Lobby. It had the hardware for it. But I also found out if you mix magenta and yellow, it makes red. But I did just order some red alcohol ink for keychains. But I took the paint and you just paint the whole top of it with white paint, black paint, whatever kind of paint you want, and then you wipe it off once it's dry with some alcohol or rubbing alcohol, or you can do it with acetone. I have been really liking using rubbing alcohol, and it cleans them up really nice. But I made this super sparkly one, which I thought the sparkles made it lose its detail, but now that I'm looking back at it, this one's my favorite again. I just like how it looks, and I like the extra sparkle. And then there's the back, but I like the extra sparkle. And speaking of sparkle, I'm not my ADD is taking me wherever I went, because I bought a lot of things and I'm just going by how I was cleaning or, you know, getting stuff. Of course, me and my daughter were in a Halloween mood. I don't know why I bought black when Halloween is almost over, but black, I feel like everybody uses black year round, and for New Year's, this black and another glitter that I got is gonna work really well. But it says $4.99. I bought this for 99 cents. So I swear it was 99 cents or $1, because Hobby Lobby is having a sale, or has had a sale on some of their glitters. Most of them, you know, are holiday related. But this is the one that I used on the cat. And this one is called Retro Flare. So I guess it is retro, but to me it comes off a little bit more of a Halloween vibe. And then of course black glitter is just black, non-toxic. But there's glitter. Again, this was like $3.49, but I bought it for like $1. And then my daughter picked these up at Michael's, and we were around the baking area, but this was like what do you call those? It's like at the end of the aisle where it's just like a sale or whatever. But this was like for scrapbooking or something, and it's like clay Santa sprinkles. So you can actually put this in resin, and they're little, it's like they're sprinkles, but they're Santa. Blue glitter, because everybody in the South likes this blue. Plus it's like a Tiffany blue. I feel like it's coming off more green on camera, or I don't know, but I like how that one looks. This is another, like, this is what the keychain had in it, that gnome keychain. It had this glitter, and this is like a Valentine's Day glitter, but it looks really good for a Christmas one too. So to me it looks like peppermint. But it says Valentina Love, so obviously it's for Valentine's Day. White glitter, and it's called Extra Fine Diamond. Love to put these two together. This is called Penny because of the color, I guess. But it's called Penny. I really like the chunky part of it, and it has black glitter in it too. So it like breaks up just the one color. But if you put this on top of the black, I feel like it would look really cute for New Year's Eve. But since I bought so much glitter, I saw this. And it says We Are, but I can't remember what the whole entire brand was. This is a glitter funnel. So if you're doing a project, you put your project over and you like sprinkle glitter and it falls into the pan, and then when you're done, it comes with its own brush and you brush it down and you just pop off the lid on here and just pour it back into the container. And I've loved it so far. It also came with a roller. So, okay, so it closes like this. You open it and you can either swivel it like this. Yes, I've already used it. Or you can swivel like that. So you can either go front and back, or you can go up and down. Great purchase. All you have to do is just wash it off with some soap and water, and it's good as new. While I was getting my Cricut, obviously I didn't know the Cricut already came with some things, which I will show y'all in a later video. Again, like and subscribe. I'm going to keep saying that because I'm almost to 1,000. But even though I'm almost to 1,000, I still need a lot of views. And most of y'all that watch, sorry, my husband, most of y'all that watch are not subscribed. So make sure you subscribe. I'm just saying. the Cricut does not come with a lot of things. It comes with like 2 mini cardboard or cardstock pieces so you can do your first cut on, and it comes with a pen. So that was really thoughtful of them that it came with a pen. And it also came with its own mat. So it has a light mat, which is the blue mat, and it's a 12 by 12 mat. But I also did buy the 12 by 12 standard grip mats, and maybe that's why the paper-backed vinyl kept ripping. Maybe I should just do the light mat with those. So I missed these. These come with 3, 6, 9, 12. And it's just a bunch of glitters. My daughter saw it and she wanted to play with it. So one day I'm just going to let her play around with them. But it's $2. And it's just different size sprinkles. So it looks like cake sprinkles. There's also some that look like hearts in different colors. And there's ones that are like in different shapes, like confetti. And there's stars. There's one that looks like a banana in here. And there's like some leafy or flowery looking ones in here. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. $2. It used to be $4.99. So, but with the Cricut, it does not come with tools. So this 405 Basics brand, not sponsored. None of this is sponsored, by the way. I bought these and they can hang. So like you can hang your scissors up high in your little craft room if you need to. It comes with the, needle nose, like the dentist picker is what I call this one. It looks like a dentist tool. And then there's the scissors, which I have not used. Also, I got this and the leather cord to make that necklace in that one kit. So you do get a leather cord and this with that necklace kit. And a spatula one. And it came with this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These tweezers come into a lot of kits. Because I think some of these tweezers came with tweezers. Like you get a lot of tweezers. You also get a lot of spatulas or scrapers. Also, here's the tweezers from that one other kit. To get those utensils and this rubber, this is one of those, it sticks or it sections on to the table, and it's a weeding trash can, I guess you could say. The roller I got on Amazon. This one I got at Hobby Lobby because this was actually cheaper, and the kits, the weeding tool kits, were cheaper at Hobby Lobby than on Amazon. On Amazon it was $19. In store it was $5 or $6 less. So always check your prices. I randomly went to Lowe's, or was it Home Depot? Either way, it was a man's store. I have this pen and it wasn't working. And I got a 6 by, or it's like 5 by, or 5/64 of an inch. So 5/64 of an inch bit to drill holes into the earrings, because sometimes the resin, if you're not paying attention and you over pour, some of the molds that I have the built-in hole for the earrings. But if you pour too much, it covers it. And so it's just nice to have like a nice small drill bit to just dig in there. I got some silicone beakers. So I got these, and I was scared when I used that resin for the first time. When it was smoking, I was like, great, it's burning through it. Nope, it didn't. It's still good. My husband cleaned it out and it didn't even chew through it. It just got really hot. Bigger cups were about these size, or was about this size, but this plastic one came with the last resin that I had that wasn't working so well. Got some spatulas. These are for mixing. They came with the silicone, so it was nice. The silicone molds also came with these pipettes, which is why I got the silicone mold kit, or silicone beaker stuff. But it came with finger condoms. I just realized they're latex. So they came with finger contact condoms. I thought they were nitrile or some grippy rubber ones, but no, they're latex. And I can't have latex. So I might have to throw those away. I had to get my husband to throw some other latex gloves away because they all come with latex gloves and not nitrile gloves. Nitrile gloves is better than latex because obviously there's no latex and it doesn't make me break out. The keychain that I showed you, it does come with these metal rings that it's like easy on and off kind of rings. You just push them down. They're spring loaded. Buy yourself one of these lighters because I do have this torch lighter. But I have this torch lighter, but sometimes less is more. So pretty cool. Sometimes I have the patience to use this, but sometimes I'm just like flaming up. So it's, you know, your prerogative. And the keychain keys came with like their own little rings. Get car polish. If you are get car polish and a bunch of sandpaper, and I'm not talking about a bunch of like the same grit sandpaper, I'm talking about car polish, and you need like, do they even make a 10 grit sandpaper? The only ones that I've been seeing or been using is 40 grit, 60 grit, 80 grit, and then you go to like 100 grit, and then you go up by 1,000, so you do 1,000 grit, 2,000 grit, 3,000 grit, then you do a 10,000 grit, and then you use some of this on it, and it's car polish, and it works really well. And it says the once a year car polish. I don't know if that's true or not, but it was nice, and I got this at the Dollar General. My grandmother did give me a whole bunch of crochet books, so if I ever want to, I do crocheting on here whenever I'm like running out of products or I need more products or I'm just bored and want to crochet. I like to crochet. So, but I have so many crochet things right now that I need to get rid of before I make more crochet stuff. Looping back to the HTV, okay, this is the cardstock paper that I got for the earrings. This is the muslin cloth that I got. I wanted to see if it was different from monk's cloth. I wanted to see if it was different than a monk's cloth, but that's their information right there. Got it on Amazon. The fabric came pristine, like it's in good condition. I think it was 2 yards, if not more. And of course, when you get 2 yards of fabric, to me, it's like you're getting 4 yards of fabric. So it came with a whole bunch. And the fabric itself, it's very tight knitted. So that had me worried. I just want to poke a hole in it. See, that leaves a hole, and you don't want that. So maybe she used a smaller one. The size 2 yarn does fit. Hold on. This was supposed to have a top to it, but I'm just loosely trying this out just to see, because this is the only one that I can see with the 2 yarn. I don't know what size this needle is, but it's definitely not the big old thick one that I had. These two are like, if you want to make a rug or a big piece, use these. Big old piece, wall hangings and stuff, this one. These, definitely. But if you want to make tiny little detailed coasters, you want this size and 2 weight yarn or baby sport weight yarn. Now I do have these really skinny ones. These are like for if you want to make small little patches like of like thread, embroidery thread. In theory, when we use this smaller thread with the smaller needle, we can make more detailed looks with the coasters. No, that makes a big hole too. Or that's still making holes and it's not doing anything. Doubt this is gonna work. But muslin cloth and no way. It works. It works. and stuff in that category. Got some, what do you call this? Holographic. I'm not going to take it out until I actually use it, but holographic vinyl. The tumblers did so good that I was like, you know what? I can, put that money back into doing different colored rhinestones. So I got black rhinestones. So I bought everything pretty much in 3 different sizes. These are 1,440 pieces of flat backs. These are the SS20s. This is 5,000 pieces of the 2mm, which is a SS6. And then these are the same ones, but they're 4mm, so they were SS16. So I got 16, 20, and 6s. So I got 3 different sizes so that I could do like names on, like if I do a cup and they want their name bedazzled on it, I can do that with black. I can also do it. I bought these thinking that they were like the other rhinestones on the other cups, but they're not. They're more iridescent and clear. These were the AB that I thought. Yeah, transparent ABs. So maybe that's the reason why. But 1,000 pieces, 3,000 pieces. So the smaller the rhinestones are, you're going to get more of. And then this is 2,000. So I got these in different sizes. I think there were 2016s and 6s. Again, the jelly white. So these are the ones that are opaque, not see-through. The pink ones, so that I could do a cow print one and do a cow print with white and pink spots or white and black spots. For my live shows, I got this chalk paint because I have a chalkboard, and on the chalkboard I have my socials on it, or the last one I try to put my socials on it. I try to put on my YouTube and links and stuff so people can go visit me in different areas. And the chalk, you couldn't see it, you couldn't read my handwriting or anything else, so I bought stencil vinyl. It says $5.49, but they're like 50% off, so it was like $2.50 for this 12-inch by 48-inch, and it's stencil material, and it's so that you can make like, this has like tile, then there's like a welcome mat. So the welcome mat, you like spray the Flex Seal or something. But I got the stencil material so I could paint on this chalk paint, and this chalk paint, I tested it out. If you don't seal it, you could just wash it off with soap and water. Oh, the silicone things also came with like these 2 silicone bowls that are nice and easy pour. One I already had around the house. Coffee filters. Use coffee filters for resin projects. You will not regret it. Use them. Use them, use them, use them, use them. They're better than paper towels. Paper towels leaves, the paper towel. These don't leave anything. I also got, you gotta shake it vigorously because it does settle. It is mold release and conditioner. I saw this at Michael's and got it. But a lot of people, they tell you to spray rubbing alcohol, which I got my little spray bottle of rubbing alcohol. They tell you to spray your silicone molds whenever you're cleaning, whenever, after a project. If you use alcohol inks, to remove the alcohol inks, you need to activate it or something with alcohol. I think activate it with alcohol. And yeah. So use the mold release because the alcohol does dry out your molds. So you don't want to dry out your molds. Use the mold releasing conditioner. You will not regret it. And, oh, I don't have it plugged in. This is the light that the UV resin came with, and the light fits perfectly over, the cups. But I did purchase, also let me show you this way. So it like goes up and down evenly. But I did purchase a bigger light because I bought so many UV resin molds and I bought more UV resin. The UV resin, It's either 2 bottles of this size or 2 bottles of a bigger size, because I'm starting to like the UV resin. It's so much faster. I can do it instantly. I can make more keychains and whip out a bunch of other stuff. Okay, now I think I'm done with everything. I did buy spray paint, but that kind of comes with everything. You know, everybody does Rust-Oleum. I normally do not spend this much money on crafts. The reason why I do YouTube is because it's a hobby, and I have not made any money off of YouTube, so this is just my husband being nice to me. So yeah, it's super nice. I love it. I love all the products that I was able to get with the money that my husband, you know, let me kind of spend. And he said specifically, he's like, spend it on you specifically, nobody else. Don't buy for our daughter. If you're gonna buy for our daughter, do another, he's like, do it off of the main card, our main card. I think that's it for now. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm sorry that this was not a crochet video. I know a lot of people were getting into the Hooktober stuff, but now that I've gotten more craft stuff and wanting to put more products out on Poshmark and to sell more things for the holidays, it's just catching up with me. And if I do any more tutorials, it would probably be in January or as a bonus video throughout the rest of the year. The holidays are always busy. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Maybe ask some questions at the bottom. You know, I do mostly resin, yarn crafts, and resin, rhinestones, yarn, sewing, but right now I am almost getting business. What is it? I've been doing a lot of business / studio videos because people want to see like how I'm making my stuff, if it's good enough quality. I think it's good for my buyers. Thank you again, and bye.